Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Monarchs of Wrestling proudly bring to you the cake-loving Cool McCain, the lascivious woman.
Don't you?
What would I say?
Don't
The
you even dare.
lascivious woman lover. Let's go that way. The Playmaker, your Monarchs of Wrestling.
How I get mischievous? That's what I want.
I said lascivious, not mischievous. Lascivious.
I don't know if I ever hear that either.
But the important part, y'all heard what I said last week. I've already had a mini discussion with this gentleman, and let's just say I am not disagreeing with his thought process from this past week. There were some interesting bits of information. And even though this is out of order, we got to talk about this one off the top. AEW Collision. The last 30 minutes of the show got preempted. The live show by Black Adam.
Oh, boy.
To me, Turner Network Television, TNT, TBS, just say, you know what? It don't even matter. Just go ahead and put Black Adam on. So if you tuned into Collision the last 30 minutes, you started beginning of Black Adam. The Rock preempted Collision. And you know what? I hate to say this because y'all know I want AEW to be good and be successful.
Yeah, that's true.
But Collision, you probably got better ratings from that 30 minutes of Black Adam. I don't know how that happens.
Unless people just wasn't happy care about that. But your main event was a tag team match, Tony Khan for Collision.
Right, Tony Khan is upset, but your main event was not really much of anything. So
your main event was a tag team match to determine who was going to get their butts kicked by the Hurt Syndicate. Do you think people want to watch that?
People miss. You just throw the results up there. As our guy Cole Johnson would say, we just missed some flips and some hot spots.
Oh man,
that's what my man Cole Johnson would say.
Anything else for AEW we can talk about? Might as well go through the whole thing.
I mean,
see the look on his face says.
So we have a champion.
My time talking AEW this week.
We had a championship match at AEW. We'll go a little bit out of order since my
did
rightfully so.
Title match, nice.
And this episode, I think, was called Beach Break, maybe.
Oh, one of those
really bad
specials that Cool McCain loves best.
Yeah. Either this one or last week, you know, they just like to do these. Yeah, it was called Beach Break. Okay, so before we get there, there's a couple of interesting things. There's one not so interesting thing about it. Let's talk about it. Will Ospreay and Hangman Page defeated Konosuke Takeshita and Josh Alexander. Whoop-de-doo, no surprise. Didn't really need a match at all. Didn't need the whole any of that. Ricochet beat Zach Gowen. For those of you who might remember, Zach Gowen was the one-legged wrestler from back in the day. He still wrestles. He was wrestling on Ring of Honor recently, but Ricochet took his leg last week when he stood up for the guy that Ricochet was facing. And, of course, Ricochet beat the one-legged wrestler. Great job of making Ricochet look strong by beating a one-legged wrestler. This should have been a match that we didn't have to see. We had an AEW tag team title eliminator match. The Hurt Syndicate against Top Flight. Now, MJF was told last week after the match We need you to come on out. And then we are going to make a decision on if you're going to be able to join the Hurt Syndicate or not. Bobby's going to make his decision. One final vote. After the Hurt Syndicate match, of course they won. I mean, it's top flight. Of course they won. Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara came out. They won a challenge for the tag team championships. And then Crew came out. Crew, of course, is Action Andretti and Lashley's boy from WWE. Another terrible name. They call themselves Crew, CRU. We've got the Ops and we've got Crew in the same promotion. Digression. So they fight. That's the match that was one of the things that was preempted. Does it really matter? No, because whoever wins is going to get destroyed by the Hurt Syndicate. MJF thinks he's not going to get in. He's going to get beat up. Bobby Lashley gives him a thumbs up. He celebrated, and he led the crowd in a "We Hurt People" chant. Next week, we're supposed to have a contract signing. Of course, there's going to be some in the contract that he doesn't like. His lawyer is Mark Sterling. I think we're going to get a Cedric Alexander sighting because his 30-day window is up. I think he's going to take Maxwell Jacob Freeman out, and he's going to be the one to join the Hurt Syndicate. That would be my my prediction. Any thoughts on that, sir?
I was wondering what else said. Cedric Alexander Bennett.
Yeah, and there's no bad blood because his wife used to work for AEW and she's claimed that they were a little racist and stuff, but there's no bad blood to him because of his wife, Big Swole. All right, then we had another AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator 4-way match. I don't understand why Toni Storm keeps putting herself in 4-way Eliminator matches. Azam won the match. Excuse me. Mina Shirakawa won the match. Excuse me. Sorry. Mina Shirakawa won the match with a roll-up. This is the first time Toni Storm has lost an Eliminator match. What a shock. Toni Storm loses. 2 in 2 weeks, she loses the second one. Azam beat Mercedes Moné for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. So Mercedes Moné jumped her and beat her ass. And then Jamie Hayter came out to beat up Mercedes Moné.
She ain't really beat up Mercedes Moné. She got a licking before security decided to.
You know how it's. That's how it's construed. Daniel Garcia ended up asking Nigel McGuinness for help. They're going to have a tag team match against Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. Nigel McGuinness has had one match since he's been in the AEW. So great job in doing that, guys. Couldn't go any other way, huh? We have to try to take a WWE angle and put your own spin on it, which is bad, by the way.
Because everybody understands why Pat did what he did. It's clear today.
I mean, he had reasons, like he ended up getting involved with them on Collision, but nobody watches Collision, so nobody knew about it.
I said, we see it clear as day why Pat did what he did.
To make a long story short, Gabe Kidd, whose contract is almost over with NJPW, is going to be a high free agent. Slipped the briefcase into Moxley, the briefcase for the championship, which he used to knock Samoa Joe out and beat Samoa Joe for the championship.
Cole Johnson said it. He said it.
Now, then we had the Young Bucks came down to the ring. They shook Moxley's hand. Kenny Omega came and brawled with Carlio. Then Kazuchika Okada came, attacked Omega, and they beat him down. So
did somebody else music hit?
They did. Before I say that, I just got to say this last part is why AEW has very big problems. So my boy comes out. Big Swerve comes out. So Swerve Strickland ran off Moxley, Claudio, Yuta, Marina Shafir, Gabe Kidd, and the Young Bucks by itself. And you know I'm a Swerve Strickland fan, but that makes about as much sense as back-to-back four-way eliminator matches for the women's championship. These are not good decisions at all. These are just basically had the album Diary of a Madman. These are decisions of a madman.
Basically, what my co-host is saying: one man ran off about 10 people by himself.
The Hurt Syndicate ain't running off 10 people by themselves. Come on.
So Swerve Strickland by himself ran the Death Riders and the Elite and out of the arena by himself. By himself.
By himself. And I'm a Swerve fan. Big Swerve fan. Too much. Overkill.
How is that even possible?
And it may be where the best wrestle, which is AEW's little motto, but it's not where the best writers reside. It's definitely not that.
See, and this is where that I have a fully understanding of who Will Ospreay is now. He's not an entertainer. He is a wrestler.
With a catchy song and interest.
He is simply a wrestler. He's not
all the toes this week.
You saw what he said, right?
Yeah. All of the shows this week, I want to make sure I throw this in there. Started with a memory for Terry Sabu Brunt, who died. So shout out to him. Sabu was a big figure for those of us who were around for ECW in its pure original form. Not that WWE crap, but the real ECW. He's a big part of that. And some other storylines too, but that's definitely where he made a name to me, where I remember him from the most. Shout out to him. And Taz gave a nice little soliloquy to him or for him, because obviously they were friends, grew up in ECW together, came up, I should say, in ECW together. So wanted to make sure I threw that out there. But yeah, Ospreay's not an entertainer; he's a wrestler. You still need storylines with wrestling, but the thing's always been: no one says AEW wrestling sucks. Everybody says AEW storylines suck. Right? The wrestling.
No, I'm saying that he I don't know if he was doing an interview and a question popped up or what, but I was like, oh, I understand you now. You don't care about the entertainment part. You just want to go out there and put on 5-star matches, which he has the right to do because for the most part, he puts on 5-star matches. And yes, so I understand it, but here's my pushback to Ospreay. If you're trying to make the big bucks, that other part of it needs to come with you.
But it doesn't have to in AEW.
I say big bucks.
Nobody does it.
I mean, a real like
Tony Khan paid pretty good.
He do.
But don't forget, his dad is a billionaire.
Yeah, he is, but his dad's been a new stadium right about now.
Oh, he ain't worried about that. He getting money from the city for that. Trust me. I know all about them taxes start hitting you to help a stadium.
Oh, I know. Trust me. What city do I stay in?
Yes, sir.
All I'm saying is that household name, if that's what he want, there's other aspects to just in the ring that come with that.
Oh, I completely agree with you. Everybody, I think, agrees with you, but one William Ospreay. This is a guy who almost ended his career early with the way he was wrestling before it got a lot of veterans had to go talk to him. Like, look, man, you got to change your style up. You're going to kill yourself. Or you're going to immobilize yourself at an early age. You ain't going to be able to have a good quality of life. So you'll learn over time.
See, here's one fact I can prove, okay? When the last time we saw Karrion Kross in the ring?
That one match he had against AJ.
And how long ago was that?
That was before WrestleMania, the week before WrestleMania.
And who has the number one merch going on right now?
Karrion Kross.
We haven't seen this man step in the ring in some time.
And before that match against AJ, it had been a couple of months.
And but that man merch is flying off the shelf.
Storytelling aspect. Storytelling. He's not in like a stupid stable or anything now either. It's just him and his babe, and they just be
there. And him victim frustration.
Yeah.
That's all
and
I'm saying.
turn it into merchandise sales.
That's all I'm saying. There's another aspect to it, but Ospreay, I just think you should consider. Well, we definitely know you got the in-ring packed down. There's no question on that. That's all.
That's right, bruv.
You continue on. That's all. I just want to make sure that Will Ospreay understand that's another component to it that can take his name to the next level.
That's up to Mr. Ospreay to figure that out.
And we both love Ospreay.
Oh, absolutely. And welcome back to Dynamite, Daniel Garcia. Because, boy, we hadn't seen you for a while. We didn't know if you're still there, buddy. You know? Just saying.
Did you get to Tony Storm's promo?
I'll let you handle that, sir.
Walking down the stairs, just talking about it doesn't really matter to her who she faces because she wants everybody to eat. But still get this work though. I think that's Tony Khan's main lifeline is Tony Storm right now. Swerve good. I know how you and Cole feel about Mr. Moxley. We ain't even gonna get into that. But what would AEW be without Tony Storm? That's my point. What would AEW be without Tony Storm?
It would definitely be a gymnastics school. It would be the School of Gymnastics, like School of Rock, School of Gymnastics. So, got some comments here. Run to those. Our guy, Wise El Jefe. Stuck in my mind podcast. He says they're Rush. Yeah, I knew the name. It's a disrespect thing I do from time to time. But yeah, Leo Rush. Is the person correct? Wise also says, hello, my brothers. What is going on, Wise? It's good to see you in the building, bro. We appreciate you taking the time to come by and be a part of our particular brand of tomfoolery. Yolanda says, hey, Yolanda, what's up, Yolanda? She also says, I hate crew name too. Hate the ops too. WWE Miro Malaysia says WWE Rhea Ripley wins. Okay. Man, I win when I see Rhea Ripley. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says, happy Monday, everyone. The way I say some of these blasphemous statements with a straight face is crazy.
It's like you don't even think. It just comes straight out.
It just comes straight out like it's no filter. And Cole says, what a cluster cluck of a Dynamite main event. I'm gonna make one correction, Cole. What a cluster cluck of a dynamite show. But yes, main event 2. Main event 2.
Oh my gosh.
Then Cole says Samoa Joe was booked to look weak against John Moxley in a cage. Make that make sense.
You don't want to say that was going to happen, so you make it make sense. You want to say it.
I mean, sometimes you're right, but you don't want to be right. I think that's what we got, Dave. You're right.
Oh, that sounds like just like me when I said the whole thing about NBA playoffs and holidays. I shouldn't be right on that, but
yep, just like that, sir.
These things should not be predictable, people. That's what we say.
Yolanda says, well, they just following WWE storyline because he was supposed to be protecting Tony from getting beat up. I hate when other companies do this. Yeah. You know, you gotta protect your stars. Because she didn't have to take the L. They talked up the fact that it's a fatal 4-way. For those of you who may not be aware, fatal 4-way means the champion doesn't have to get pinned and lose the championship.
No, I think she's talking about the whole. No, I think she's talking about the whole Nigel McGuinness situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just on my own tangent anyway, but I'm already there, so I might as well keep going. Fatal 4-way. Tony Storm didn't have to lose. It could have been someone else that took the L in the match.
By the way, speaking of it, with Maria Shafir coming back, somebody was in the background.
Who's in the background, sir?
So it looks like she's not going anywhere.
Which you're talking about
because I kind of want her in WWE just to see.
You're talking about my girl,
Miss Mariah May.
Yeah.
But she's doing good in AEW, so she want to keep a good thing going. I'm not going to blame her for it. But it was a very nice thought of her going to WWE. I'm just going to say.
Anytime we can see Mariah May, I'm not upset.
Clearly, I'm not.
I'm not upset. Cole says, good evening, Monarchs. Cole also says, I swerve when I drive, and the Death Runners run when they see him. Big pressure he applies. When he walk in, you won't survive. So Yolanda asked a great question here. She said, did he have a cheer or something? Yolanda, the answer is a resounding no. Only thing he had with him was Prince Nana.
Who does nothing.
That's not true. He dances.
You know what I meant.
I know exactly what you meant.
But I'll let you have that
one. Oh, it's good. You know, I'm just messing with you. Cole says Will Ospreay's promo style is on a lower level, and he is 1,000% correct, bruv. Yolanda says he'd be on main event, apparently wrestling. We don't count main event. That's lower than Collision. We don't count those as real matches. Those are just practice matches. Oh, Cole says Karrion Kross, the next Zack Ryder.
Don't do him like that. You know, you might. If Hunter ain't with you, might be right.
Cole says AEW has become the timeless Tony Storm Invitational. That's a good one. Yana says Tony's play on words is too good. Right. Tony need to drop a rap. You know what I'm saying? Just drop a rap album for us. Where's my? You got powerful words.
She won't even be rapping. She'll be speaking.
I know, but I'm saying just drop one on us. Word Life. Just in the beginning, be like Word Life, and then just drop an album on us. She'll get sued so fast. AP in the building. AP says, what match you want to see happen before Cena retires? Cena versus The Rock, Cena versus Roman, Cena versus AJ Styles. If we're doing them three, I want to see Cena versus Roman.
Are we what we want to see, or what we believe is going to happen? Because what we want to see ain't going to happen.
What we want to see.
Because what we want to see, I want to see John Cena go against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that's what I want to see too.
But that's not what we're not going to see. We know who's going to be the final match going to be.
Cody Rhodes.
But I'm starting to believe my co-host is starting to get tired of his guy right about now. Maybe him not being on TV for a while is probably helping you out right now.
It's a good thing that he's just disappeared for a few weeks. He needed to take a break. Just be around.
Because I think you was getting fed up.
I was. I think I was making that very clear. I was. You understand? Well, yeah, it don't make sense then about Swerve. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I was getting tired.
Cody's your guy. You was like,
bro, you can't.
I'm about tired of this.
You can't just have this man on everything. You know what I'm saying? You have two shows. So here's even my thing. And if you're watching this WWE, this is all I'm saying. If you're gonna have him on Raw that week, he don't have to be on SmackDown. You don't have to see him like you were seeing more of Cody Rhodes than you were seeing the general managers put together.
You know why this is so funny? Those of you who listen to Oil Rise Radio is because Dale Greco was driving the bus. Cool McCann was driving another bus, all for Cody Rhodes.
But what did I say was gonna happen? What did I say? I said he's gonna win, everybody gonna be happy, and then we go turn on him. I said
you're trying so hard not to.
They left me no choice, sir.
You trying hard.
They put me. They put me in a corner.
You were like that's a week after week.
It's just because they were oversaturating us with him. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to give us like. So there was Cody, who you like, bruh, why are you here every week 3 times on 2 shows? And then there's Roman, who's like, bruh, why you only here every 3 months? Can we get a medium? I actually like what they're doing appearance-wise with John Cena.
Cody Rhodes will show once on Raw, and then he'll be on SmackDown 3 times. Beginning, middle, and end.
Or twice on Raw. And then on SmackDown 3 times.
I think what really would get you is every time he appeared, he put himself in a match.
Like, bro, why do you have to fight 4 times in 2 shows?
Like, geez.
What are you
Cody
doing?
Rhodes comes out. Somebody comes out, challenges him. Let's fight. Later on that night, we get the match.
Every week.
Or he gets put in tag team match because he's trying to help somebody.
Because he run out, putting his nose where it don't belong.
And we go backstage to make sure the team is good. They understand we got each other's back. And then later on, it's the match.
I mean, people say a lot of things about John Cena and stuff he say. But the whole Cody trying to be a politician thing, there's some truth to that.
Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, but I had to bring that up because that was one of the most funniest things. I'm like, that dude was trying. I don't think I understand how much fight he was trying to not get to that point with Cody Rhodes.
They took me to the edge and then pushed me over. So AP says, I thought The Rock was killing WWE. Now it's John Cena. You know what? I don't think he's killing. I think he's actually making people care again. In a weird way.
He's making people care.
Yeah. Now it's negative, but they still care. Right.
And the funny thing is, everything he said is flat out true.
Yeah.
What makes it even the more the funniest part of it? Everything he said is flat out true. And guess what? Nobody likes it because the truth is being told right in their face.
Cody, take another month or 2 off, bro. Just chill. Enjoy some time with your beautiful wife and your daughter.
You want him going for another month?
Take another month off, bro. Let this whole Seth Rollins thing dominate and just chill. Take yourself a nice extended break. Enjoy some home time. Braid some more hair.
That man got to be back. We got Money in the Bank coming up.
We don't need Cody for Money in the Bank. What Cody gonna do with Money in the Bank?
I ain't say he was winning Money in the Bank. I said we got money.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't gonna do nothing now. He not gonna get the rematch with John Cena. Not yet.
If you catch our drift, I think you can put 2 and 2 together. If not, when the time comes, we'll let you know. We'll come all the way back to May. Like this, what we was talking about back in May.
Ain't time yet. AP also says, "What's next for Jimmy? A break." Jimmy need a break too. Jimmy need a break just because. Just have Jade put Naomi out storyline wise for about 2 months and have Jimmy and Naomi just had them a little break. Go take them a little vacation together, a little lovers trip or something and chill. Because Jimmy just need a break.
And Jimmy ain't even done nothing.
But he needs a break because there's nothing for him to do. So since there's nothing to do, just take a break. You know what I'm saying? Like when you at work and you work a job that like you got to do production and then the machine down. Ain't nothing for you to do. Just take a break.
He's taking a break, all right, because Naomi, he's taking a break, but Naomi's putting him in it now. Like, God damn. She did not have to put that tweet out there. What was already understood did not need to be out for the world.
Lucky man. He might not be doing good on the wrestling side, but he already won. Lucky man.
I know somebody else who's winning. He's in NXT right now.
Jeez. A lot of cakes.
Matter of fact, before I even get there, anything interesting happened in TNA?
You know something interesting happened in TNA. But before we get there, we had a tag team match. Tessa Blanchard and Victoria Crawford, FKA Alicia Fox. And I want y'all to understand, that woman's still fine. Against Masha Slamovich and Nikita Lyons. So, in this match, Nikita Lyons. I forgot who she had in the corner because I think it was Victoria Crawford she had in the corner, but I can't really remember. All I can.
You sure it was Victoria?
I'm not sure because when I saw the setup, I was like, so Nikita did her. I guess the best thing I can do is call it a bum drop, where she puts her butt all in your face and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like a stink face, but not a stink face. And very viral moment, very lovely moment. Because for those of you who may not be aware, Nikita Lyons is caked up and caked out, triple layer cakes with frosting. Now she'll be hurt in a few months, but she's gonna be caked up till she get hurt.
Damn. I didn't know.
But yeah. So that to me was the highlight of the match.
I bet it was. I bet it was the highlight of everybody match.
Yeah. So Tom Hannafin, one of the announcers, did an interview with Cody Deaner. Cody Deaner is I think this belt is called the International Championship. That match he's gonna have with Eddie Edwards at Under Siege. I think he's the guy who has it. I have to do another sidebar. WWE now almost has as many championships as AEW. And I got to be honest with you.
And I do not disagree with you on that one.
It's not necessary. Like, it's really not necessary. Legends and Future Greats does not need a champion that has a belt.
Oh, and by the way, and Cole Johnson would love this. The whole moment for you that was against Miss Blanchard. That was against Miss Blanchard.
It was. I couldn't even remember who it was, bro.
It was Miss.
I just remember her setting him up in the corner, and me going.
So yes, Miss Blanchard got all that.
Like I said, I wasn't 100% sure. I was focused on Nikita and the triple layer frosted cakes. That's what I was focused on. So then we had a match between the Rascals and the Great Hands. And they beat the Rascals. I don't understand this book. They're starting to do the back and forth booking too. I guess it's just a new thing for wrestling. Just have everybody lose to everybody, and then everybody beat everybody, and then we'll just have championship matches, and it'll be people who you don't even think can win, they'll win, and whatever. That seems to be the thing. Apparently, Mustafa Ali snapped, and then he started beating up Trey Miguel until Ace Austin chased him off. And then after the break, Austin was trying to find Ali and got laid out with a pipe.
I'm sorry, Anthony got me on that one.
So, it's Steve Macklin that has the international championship. Sorry, guys. It's Cody Deaner is not the one. He just has a match. It's not bad, y'all. So there's a fatal 4-way number 1 contenders match. Getting fatal 4-ways everywhere now for people fighting. I guess it's another thing. Matt Cardona, Mance Warner, Elijah, and Ace Austin. Of course, Ace Austin got laid out with a pipe, but hey, stay out of other people's business.
And hey, do I need to do a fatal 4-way rant? Because my triple threat rant went viral.
Hey,
you seen that? You seen the numbers, right?
I did. Feel free. All I'm gonna say is Matt Cardona did defeat Ace Austin, Elijah, and Mance Warner.
Mrs. Green got a win.
Yes,
congratulations.
He did.
At least somebody in the household won. Yes, I went there. But if I will admit, Chelsea Green, you did have a nice United States ring. I will give you that.
Ariana Grace got slapped by Tessa Blanchard. She said, let her know that once Santino Morella's gone from TNA, that Ariana Grace is next. And then she gave her a pimp slap.
I mean, Ariana Grace doesn't.
So they had a first-class penthouse. And O'Shea Jackson Jr. was their Ice Cube's son.
Yeah, I know. I seen that.
Yeah, they try to disrespect the Bay. He wasn't having that. And then Mike Santana came out and First Class retreated. We didn't really need to do that. Indy Hartwell made her in-ring debut.
Is racking up the titles.
Right. She is on the independent scene.
That's racking up titles.
Mm-hmm. And of course, when you had your first match in TNA, you always win. So Indy Hartwell beat some lady we don't know named Kelsey Heather.
Dang, I think she got more belts than Mercedes Moné now.
Moné did lose one.
Jeez.
Tasha Steelz stepping up to Indy Hartwell. So there'll probably be a match there. Tasha Steelz got some baby cakes, but they are nice. Just so y'all aware. Then Zaya Brookside and Rosemary have a match. Rosemary tried to recruit Zaya to the dark side. She didn't want to go to the dark side, so they had a match. Zaya attacked Rosemary. And then just kept attacking her, and then the ref called for the bell, and she got a disqualification loss. So Rosemary won the match, but she really lost.
So this is where I pull a number from your book, sir. If you was to take a chance and look at Zaya Brooks outside of the wrestling ring, you have a different opinion about her. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, sir. I am going to tell you right now, right here, on this episode of Monarchs Wrestling at 7:21 p.m. I know. And I'm going to just leave that there. They are fluffy. They're not triple layer, but they are fluffy cakes.
Zaya Brooks. Oh,
Zaya Brookside.
She's pleasing to the eyes.
Yes. Lee Ying Lee came to the aid of Zaya Brookside after... She's
another one. You take away the wrestling from her and look outside of it.
You ain't telling me nothing. I don't know. Lee Ying Lee with those Asian cakes. Tell me that I don't know.
Well, her though, it's like two different people.
I know.
You'll be like, you might get yourself confused.
We had the contract signed and replayed from NXT between Joe Hendry and Trick Williams. That'll be on the WWE Battleground show.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Ariana Grace and Tessa Blanchard are going to fight at Under Siege.
Under siege.
Ariana is a very beautiful woman, but it's just uncomfortable that she's Santino Marella's daughter. Just feels she feeling uncomfortable.
And she doesn't look like a fighter at all whatsoever.
Frankie Kazarian claims that he was cheated out of the championship at Rebellion. So he has some words to say. He calls himself the king of TNA. He wants another shot. Him and Trick Williams are burying Joe Hendry and Elijah in a tag team showdown at Under Siege. So Trick joins him in the ring. Of course, he says Joe Hendry. We know what happens when you say his name. He appears. Elijah came out. They wanted Kazarian and Trick then. Marella wanted to do the match tonight, but Robert Stone says no. And they're going to have a match next week against two handpicked people by Robert Stone. He's supposedly over Marella. And that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Really. I mean, they had a main event, but it was Nate Namath against Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy won the match. Leon Slater makes a save as the Namath attacked the Hardys after the match. Slater's going to be Matt Hardy's partner Under Siege. Because I guess Jeff Hardy can't wrestle. Because he can't go overseas. There's certain things Jeff Hardy can't do. A lot of things happen with Jeff Hardy. He's been wild now for 20 years.
You good over there? You struggling? You good over there?
No, I'm good. Yolanda says she's still doing that split move she does. Yes, she is, Yolanda. She might have even made it a little better for TNA. Cole says Tessa taking the cakes to the face. Noise. Anthony says, AP says, like Lions can't wrestle but got yams. We know her favorite position. Yolanda says, so she in TNA now. She can't wrestle. She's just a body for y'all to look at. And look, we do. AP agrees with the what's up with all these belts. Are we turning in AEW? Cole says Nikita Lyons and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cakes.
Here's the difference.
Or make it 16. Cake. And still be correct.
Here's the difference. With WWE, each show has their set of titles. AEW, you don't know what title belongs to what show.
Man, you see the Ring of Honor title being defended on Dynamite and Collision, and it's out there. That's what happened.
That's the difference.
The sheer volume of titles, WWE is catching up. In sheer value.
Now the numbers, yeah, but we understand what title goes to what show, though.
Well, I mean, you don't need an LFG champion and
you don't, but
ID champion and speed champion. Like, it's too much. But I guess the thing is now to have as many belts as possible. Maybe that's how you get people to buy them. Put them at different price points.
Pretty much.
All right.
You need a break or anything?
That's TNA. I do not need a break. We can go break free, and we can ride it out. Jump on it.
So lucky enough for me, the main story for me is right off the top. Charlie Dempsey, if y'all remember last week, put his foot in his mouth. The match. I'm pretty sure you figure out how that match went between the NXT champion. While his friends in the No Quarter Catch crew watched along, that includes the number one contender, Miles Bone, who is winning at life as of right now. Who was? And
You
I
like
will
to
tell
explain to the
you,
people why he's winning her?
I would save it for later. I will
Okay.
save it for later. I will come back to it later. All right, we have a problem. We have a problem. Maybe Cool might talk me out of this problem, but we have a problem. How in blue hell Wesley beat Tony D'Angelo?
I'm not talking about anything. As a matter of fact, I feel you.
Wesley's beating Tony D'Angelo. I bet. Matter of fact, I can't even say that because they still don't know when they want to have the damn draft. At one point, it was supposed to be doing this weekend coming up. Now they talking about doing before SummerSlam. Now that's a problem that I have with WWE. Pick a freaking date already. Y'all don't even know when to have a draft. What is going on here? Because the only reason why I can think of Wesley beating Tony D'Angelo is because y'all getting ready to bring Tony D'Angelo up to the main roster. But y'all don't even know what day y'all gonna do the freaking draft. Anything you want to say? I think that's a no. And plus, when he's gonna fight Stats, I need that match to happen.
You won't get anything from me, sir.
I need him and Stats to go ahead and go at it because I need to hear what y'all trying to do with the family here. Fatal Influence. Seems like they trying to get themselves back on the right track. Step towards the champ and the number one contender for the championship. Jordan Grace decides to make an appearance, which sets up a tag team match as our main event for NXT. Before we got there, Miles Bones defeated All Ego Ethan Page for his number one contendership for the NXT title. I'm happy that y'all did that. Because I would have been mad if it would have went the other way and Ethan Page got the number one contender match. Basically what y'all been doing was, he won the battle, well, he got number one contender match, and y'all try to make him look uncredible, but you let him win. So I'm good. Because Ethan Page would have got that match, I would have been mad. So I wonder what All Ego gonna do now. And stop putting him in, and stop trying to get him back into a title picture. You need to go do something else for a while.
Testify, my brother. Testify.
Speaking of testify, somebody go help Tatum Paxley, please, because she is losing it. Man, we thought she was crazy before. And I think she found another level. She's actually losing it. Like you couldn't even
be like that sometimes.
You couldn't even beat or lose to Finn Haley in a clean fashion. It had to be a disqualification. What? What the hell is going on? She's losing it. She's losing it.
Be like that sometimes. Your mind.
And then we go back to the aforementioned main event. The NXT Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon and Jordan Grace taking on Fallon Henley and Jordan Jane. And champ and number one contender came out victorious. And the reason why I can go back to Miles Bones because Miles Bones is the one that the champ is dating. What a lucky man. Anything you want to say? Now, Miles Bones ain't gonna win the NXT title, but he's still gonna win afterwards.
That is facts.
Jeez,
That, my guy,
Louis.
is facts.
Man, that jump
Louis
popped up.
Cheeks.
I said, "What?" He was not on. He was not on the list. Whatever he did something to get your attention.
You know how I go.
It's the ones that you don't expect.
Always.
Monday Night Raw. So, CM Punk opened the show, if I remember correctly. Of course, he opened
Sounds
the
right.
show. He does his thing, and based on what happened the previous week, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman was not pleased, so they had to come out. And when they came out, Sami Zayn came out, which there's a brawl to ensue. But it's 3 against 2. Who's going to even up the odds? Well, the guy that Seth Rollins tried to take out the week before, the champ Jey Uso. They get ran back. There you go. We actually saw Chad Gable get in the match. Not in Grande Americano. Chad Gable. Since it's Chad Gable and not a Grande Americano going against Penta, you know who won.
I'm just saying it's hard to beat the Penta walk either way.
Not for Grande Americano for some reason. Chaz the loser.
No, the walk, not
a
the
Grande.
walk.
Oh, yeah. Chaz the loser. A Grande Americano is the winner. Explain that. How you feel about the Creed brothers and the New Day fighting for the titles?
I don't care.
That's the best way I can put it because they beat
I don't
the
care at
Warriors
all.
thanks to the New Day. So it looks like the Creed brothers are
Purpose.
will be getting a title shot sometime down the line. Unless WWE does one of their main fatal flaws and they reverse course, and which they shouldn't, just go ahead and get the match over with. Set the match up and get it over with.
They should do.
Don't make it seem like that match between the Creed brothers and the Warriors was just a normal match. Because y'all kept talking about it during the broadcast. There could be a title shot opportunity for them. You might as well go ahead and give it to them. And let them lose. Speaking of titles, the ring general looked Jey Uso dead in his face and said, I don't care which one of y'all win that battleground. Whoever comes with that World Heavyweight title, which we know who's going to be, going to have to face me. So I'm guessing that Money in the Bank, the champ versus Gunther. This was, and I'm going to feel a little uneasy about that when we get there. I don't know about you, but I'm going to feel a little uneasy about that.
My response is just going to simply be this. 4 letters, 1 word. We still going to eat. It's not time yet. He needs to beat Gunther again to solidify himself as champ.
I don't know how many times you said this, but they kept teasing it, and all of a sudden they don't do it, and they tease it again, also they don't do it. Well, are we in this path again because Finn Balor lost to AJ Styles? Now Finn Balor's on a losing streak.
When is he not?
So are we gonna put a trigger this time, or are we just gonna what we doing here? Because the whole world can see Finn Balor wants that damn title off down in the stereo. So what are we gonna pull a trigger, or are we just gonna,
I think he's gonna have to turn.
That's what I'm saying. Are we gonna pull a trigger or not?
I don't know. They've been slow playing this thing for a year. They've been slow playing this thing for a year, so who knows?
Because I would love for them to pull a trigger. Becky Lynch had her promo.
We'll see.
She called the fans out. She basically said, "Whatever y'all want me to be, that's what I'm gonna be." So she's supposed to be on a tirade to bury the other talent, as the fans call it. And what Cole Johnson called Becky? What does he call Becky? I'm trying to think.
Becky Hogan.
Becky Hogan.
Becky Hogan.
Basically, she pulling the page out of John Cena's playbook. I don't know if that's going to work for her. Do you think that's going to work for her, though?
We'll see. I like for her to just go on and slide on over there with her husband and be part of that little thing. Just do that. If this is where we're going, that's cool. But if not, like, what are we doing?
I thought so. Because that's what
we're really doing. Becky Hogan, if we ain't doing that.
That's the consensus right about now. Have her join Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
And be the first Paul Heyman girl.
Yolanda makes a great comment here. She lost a couple. She said she's losing all her friends. Said literally a match with Gigi, then gone. But here's the comment. Her talking don't work for her. Becky's talking is definitely not great. When she was the man at the pinnacle of being the man, when she didn't talk too much, the more Becky talks, the more you be like, the only problem with trying to make you Becky Hogan is the talk game is not on point. Respectful.
That's why I asked, is it working for her? Because
she need a mouthpiece. That'll be the first Heyman girl. She need a mouthpiece.
Before we got to the main event, earlier in the night, Seth Rollins gave something to Braun Breaker and told him to have fun. The fun part was taking out the champ Jey Uso backstage. And of course, the cavalry comes in late, meaning CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Did you not see the champ laid out in pain?
Of course.
Braun Breaker loves destruction. So he destroyed the champ. Was says Seth Rollins has not forgotten. He's still coming for that title. Which might make a point of why he could be beating Gunther the next time they face, because I think they're going to go the route of Seth Rollins at some point. And I don't think they're going to have Seth Rollins beat Gunther for it.
Right.
Then our main event, it was Io Sky and Rhea Ripley teaming up against Roxanne Perez and Julia. Roxanne Perez and Julia did not get the dub. It was Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Which begs the question from the WWE, from the wrestling community. Why did you have Roxanne Perez and Julia lose this match? And then on internet, we saw them two have a bickering about the loss, and they said they were done. To make things even more interesting, what are we doing? Correct? That's the question everybody was asking.
And that was answered on.
Yeah, Bills answered on Friday because I think they was going on. I think them two was going on people like, okay, y'all some bad girls. Y'all do what y'all want. Y'all feel how you feel. You're trying to make a name for yourself. Okay, I think the parent was going on people, right? And all of a sudden you just stopped it. Well, let's go over to SmackDown. You know, we had qualifiers for Money in the Bank because we got Money in the Bank coming up in 2 weeks. The first matchup was Meacham, Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green. Miss Bliss gets the dub. This is a good start for the Alexa Bliss fans around the world, which I'm a friend of. Fat Sam defeated the DIY. That's 2 for 2 for Fat Sam. They got wins over the tag team champions, and now they got wins over the former tag team champions. They on the road right now. Did I see Ray Bear have a backstage interview with R-Truth?
Yes.
Even though everybody kept saying it, Archie was the one that made the match official. Oh boy. R-Truth, John Cena, Saturday Night Main Event. That should be fun. That should be fun.
This should be a quick match.
Aleister Black went against Carmelo Hayes. It was a no contest because the Miz interfered. And what? For the 4th week in a row?
Black Mass.
The Miz got put to sleep again. But this time, but Carmelo Hayes, unlike last week, just sat there shocked that the Miz got laid out again. Actually did something about it this time. You think the Miz, as smart as the Miz, he'll learn by now, dude. That leg is coming around to your head at some point. You might want to, avoid that. After her victory and qualify for Money in the Bank, Alexa Bliss running to Charlotte Flair backstage. So, first question that's been floating around: are we forming a tag team with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss?
After this, I would say no.
He says no. That's the consensus. That's the main question that's floating around here. Or do we have?
I think this is a bait and switch. I think this is a bait and switch.
A bait and switch. You want to explain to the people what you mean?
I think we're getting this because what's really going to happen is why at 6 we're going to get Alexa Bliss, but this is a bait and switch to make you think that this is what's happening because Triple H likes to do that every once in a while and they feel like he's great when he pulls it off.
Anyway, while they was talking backstage, a superstar comes walking out of Nick Aldis' office. And then Nick Aldis comes in. He says, oh, Alexa, Charlotte, I want you to meet the newest member of the SmackDown roster. And it happened to be the beautiful Madness Julia. So you want to know why this certain breakup happened between Roxanne Perez and Julia?
Because Julia wouldn't got her a contract on the main roster.
Julia is actually a part of SmackDown now, and Roxanne Perez will be staying on Raw.
But she's got to sign her contract.
Trust me. Yeah, I'm glad you did that part. I'm like that's pretty much already in there.
Yeah, I'm just saying she's got to sign her contract.
Now, of course, it's have a rules because Drew McIntyre did his little promo, but
and then we had the video before that of Damian Priest.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm tired of them too.
The problem is the problem is Did you see how Drew McIntyre was walking? That's a problem.
You're not wrong.
That's it. But with the Damian Priest vignette and the Drew McIntyre promo, we're gonna have ourselves what it looks like to be a stretcher match. I don't know if they made it official yet, but a stretcher match is on its way.
They're gonna make that one a I think it's gonna be a cage match at Saturday night's main event.
Okay, well,
honestly, it might have been stretched, it might have been cage. By the point, it's kind of like whatever. I ain't got tired of them.
The men's Money in Bank qualifier match got on the way. Jey Uso versus Wade Felix versus Solo Sikoa.
We taking it all.
Solo won.
Ready for war.
Solo won.
No, we will not take a loss. We're taking it all.
LA Knight took on JC Mateo, which I didn't see which I didn't see that coming. I didn't even know he was there. To be honest.
Remember he jumped up the show.
So I didn't know who it was when he did it.
Oh yeah, I know who it was. I feel you. And
JC won. He actually beat LA Knight. Thanks to
first match.
Santos Escobar.
First match, you know what happens.
It's kind of sucked that it came at LA Knight's expense.
They don't care about LA Knight.
You don't care about LA Knight. What?
I actually do. I said they don't care about LA Knight.
I was making sure.
They don't really care about him.
And then Shinsuke Nakamura says, I need to have a word with Mr. Knight because this Friday coming up, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Aleister Black, they will be involved in a triple threat match to qualify for Money in the Bank.
Shinsuke better not win that match.
Oh, I can't. I mean, you got to have 6 participants. So it's in LA. You know what? You know what? It's in LA. So let LA Knight win. It's in LA. Just go ahead and give the people what they want.
I hear you.
That's my only reason, to be honest.
Got to give the people what they want.
That's my read. Because to be honest with you, I don't care which one of the 3 win because I don't think neither one of the 3 is winning the Money in the Bank anyway. Aleister Black just got back. Shinsuke, they ain't done nothing really with Shinsuke. And LA Knight, I think LA Knight had his fun. Now he's on the other side of it to try to get back to the other side.
I agree.
And then we had the women's championship, not world championship. That's wrong. The women's championship, but Tiffany Stratton defended against Nia Jax.
The women's world heavyweight championship.
I mean, you want to go that route.
The women's WWE world heavyweight championship.
Because the other one is called the women's world heavyweight championship.
Yeah, women's WWE world heavyweight championship.
Tiffany Stratton defending against Nia Jax. Naomi made an appearance. Naomi feels some type of way. But what she said was especially correct. So I can't say she was wrong with what she said. Because when Nia Jax did have a title, Tiffany Stratton did make sure she kept the title before she cashed in on her. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, she could have cashed in on Naomi, but that didn't happen. So Naomi thought she can, get some revenge. And then a storm arrived.
Storm was coming.
I'm gonna say this right now to the people of MCU or AKA Marvel. I keep seeing different people being cast for Storm. Once you just go to WWE, there's already a Storm there. Can we just do that?
I agree with you.
Hey, we got Lil Morgan going over to China to film a movie. We can just have Storm be a Storm. Can we just do that?
Film a movie and take the championship with her. It's crazy work.
Can we just have Jay Carter just play Storm? I mean, she's the Storm of the WWE. I mean, it makes sense.
I don't think they'll do it, but it would be great.
I know they won't, but I'm just saying it just makes sense. You don't have to worry about finding use WWE Storm. They'll sign off on it
For a portion of her check.
They'll sign up for Triple H. Don't care. Does this do that?
It's decision. It's Dwayne's decision.
And the fact thing is, she already got the hair too. The hair's already there. You ain't got to do nothing to it. The looks is there. That's it. If you ain't gonna use Holly Berry, you got your next Storm. That's all I'm saying.
Holly Berry.
Matter of fact, Holly Berry has played a couple of. Well, I can't say heroes because Catwoman's not really a hero. Catwoman's more of a tweener. She can be a villain or a hero. Depends on how she feels.
Yeah, Yolanda says they let Liv go film, so why not Jade? I don't think it's that they wouldn't let her. I don't think Marvel's going to cast her. I think they would let her. They love to have the people to go do something else, especially as part of TKO.
And we talking about a hero movie at that too? One of the powerful X-Men at that too? Just saying, I'm just throwing that out there.
And it was Tiffy time on Friday night.
Yep. Tiffany Stratton retains the title over Nia Jax, meaning she has beat Nia Jax twice now. Both times as champion. So Nia Jax, back to the line you go. And this time don't disappear for 3 months and then come right back and get a title shot either.
That might be her plan.
We let this one slide. But you go to the back of the line now.
Well, this is technically a rematch, so
the other one
yeah,
want
at
the
the back
rematch.
of the line.
The other one want her rematch. Saturday night's main event is this Saturday. CM Punk, Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Rollins and Breaker win.
Exactly. Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and you're correct, sir. It is a steel cage match.
Damian Priest because Drew McIntyre won the last one.
So you saying we're gonna go 1-1 and you could have a third match?
No, this is the end, but Damian Priest lost the last one, the last standing match or whatever it was at WrestleMania. So this is his chance to get some get back.
Give me Drew, so that this feud could be over with.
It's gonna be over either way.
I'm still taking Drew. World Heavyweight Championship, and that might actually kick off the show, by the way, if I'm being completely honest. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. 4 letters, 1 word. The main event, undisputed WWE Championship. Cole Johnson, if you're watching, this is the main event. John Cena versus R-Truth.
John Cena. If he loses that belt to R-Truth,
The biggest swerve of all time if R-Truth wins this damn belt.
If R-Truth wins this belt, then I give them props for hitting you with some unexpected stuff. That's unexpected. On a whole nother level. If you pull that off.
The biggest swerve of all time if R-Truth wins this match.
That's a bigger swerve than Swerve Strickland.
Which would be funny as heck because that means John Cena's getting 18 and not 17. Which would be even more of a bigger swerve because we did not expect him to get 18. Like he got the record, he gonna run away to his time to his time to go. No, he lost it and won it again.
Yeah, I'm definitely going John Cena.
Do not play with us. But that is Saturday down in Tampa, Florida. Saturday night main event. But that's not all. That's what Tampa's getting on this big weekend that they got going on down in Tampa, Florida. Because the day after, on the 25th, NXT Battleground. Tony D'Angelo versus Starks.
Tony has to get his get back.
Yep. I'm going with the Don, too. Give me the Don. TNA World Championship. History would be made. Joe Hendry defending against Trick Williams.
We love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland, Canada, and Mexico. I believe in Joe Hendry.
That's because it's a TNA title.
That's exactly why.
But that would be a swerve too if they actually pull that one.
That would be unexpected for sure.
So y'all got two opportunities to swerve the heck out of us, which we believe 99.9999999% chance y'all not doing it.
Yeah, y'all clowns ain't gonna do it.
NXT Championship, Obafemi defending against Miles Bone. Miles, you won in life. You definitely won in life. You're not winning this match. Matter of fact, if this match lasts more than 10 minutes, I'll be surprised.
The ruler.
Is 10 minutes being too nice?
Yes. Since you asked.
Because I had a feeling you had a counterpunch coming.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything.
I wanted to beat your counterpunch. It was like,
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to say Obafemi. That's all. I wasn't going to say anything. Not this time.
But Miles Bone, you winning in life, sir. Because after you lose your NXT championship match, after you lose your NXT match for this championship, you can watch your girlfriend, Stephanie Becerra, defend her title against Jordan Grace. Jordan, I like you. I really do, but I am not going to get Stephanie Becerra. Yeah. I am not going to get Stephanie Becerra. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I agree.
You're the juggernaut. I just can't do it.
I'm with you.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I'm with you, Big Homie.
Yeah, that's just surprising from you because anybody like that's a juggernaut or a powerhouse, that's who you're rolling with most of the time.
Most of the time.
No, I was like most of the time. Most of the time you roll with the powerhouse.
Not this time.
I'm sorry, I have a soft spot for Stephanie Becerra and I can't do it. I just can't do it.
As do I.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. Wow, I actually got all that in and it's just after 8.
Yep. Because honestly, wrestling hasn't been good, so it's not a lot to expound on. Y'all got to do better. We'll see if they're better next week. Only thing I got left to say, sir, is make sure you tell 4 people who you believe to be your friends. They may or may not be. And 4 people who don't like you. Just because they may or may not like you, we know they'll like us. We are your Monarchs of Wrestling. It's never where you start. It's always where you finish. Playmaker, do you have any last words, my good man?
Nope. It's a busy week in wrestling. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Before we come back. This is literally wrestling every day of the week this week.
We'll see if anything happens worth talking about, really, or if we're just doing another quick synopsis. All right, good people. We out. Check us out next week.